Where is mine?
You're taking money.
Oh, he's taking the money at the door. But he's a triple diamond, also here in Omaha. How many of you, is this your first time, your first meeting?
Go ahead, Carrie.
Awesome, welcome. How many of you have been in the business less than 2 months? Less newbies this time, I would say. That's cool. Either way. Well, welcome to all of you that are new. I'm just going to do a couple of little housekeeping announcements. Just all the new stuff that's come out since the first. And Mark Pentecost has blessed us with this whole system, right? The It Works system. And I'm so excited about it. So here's the deal with that. For those of you that don't know, it's a box of 4 wraps. It's a canister of berry greens. From what I'm hearing, we cannot switch those out for orange. I don't know. I think the berry's just the most popular, and the orange, I mean, it just doesn't sell as much. I think that's most of what it is. Maybe they have stock of berry too. But that's amazing. Then you've got ThermoFit, and then that awesome shaker bottle. When I'm talking to my potentials about this, I'm making sure that they know they're going to get $29 off of what that would normally cost. They're also going to get those perk points, right? So they have perk points coming back. And then if they share their purchase on Pinterest and Instagram, that's another $10 off their order. So at minimum, let's see, the 10 plus the 29, they're saving $39. And then they're going to get the perk points off of that. I think that's another, what, $11, $12? That's huge. And that's how you have to really present it to people. I want to give you the best value that I can. I want to give you the wholesale pricing, and I'm going to make sure that you get, gosh, what is that? 39 plus, obviously I'm not a mathematician. But, yeah, 50 bucks practically off of what they would normally pay. That's huge. You know, that's awesome. So make sure that that's the first thing you're telling people about. I find that the more you talk about something, the more you sell, right? If you think of your favorite product, if hair, skin, and nails is your ride and die, and you love hair, skin, and nails, I bet you've sold a lot of hair, skin, and nails. But the first thing that comes out of your mouth, if it's the system, I mean, you've got 90 BB right there. That is a serious way to boost volume. So if you're ready to promote, that's what you should be talking to everybody about. And I really do think every product in it, they're all our best. So I love that for an idea. But other thing, we're open in Italy now. Stoked about that.
Let's see some hearts for that, guys.
I have a couple of potentials there. How many of you know someone from Italy? Dang, that's awesome. That's cool. I'm excited about that. I'm hearing that if you're in the military, over in Italy though, that you can't sell. Is that what I'm hearing? So that's just something for you guys to know. It's just a rule they have over there. But if you're finding people from Italy, holy moly, they've got a huge opportunity on their hands. I know when they opened Australia, I think that one of the first people to start in Australia went ambassador in like, gosh, I think it was like 2 or 3 months. It was something insane. She has the whole country under her now. So it's a huge opportunity, completely life-changing. So I can't even imagine. You got to get on the phone and be excited and tell these people about it. But also, no Ruby bonus right now. So that's kind of a downer, but I feel like there's a huge reason why. And I think there's something really, really big coming at conference. And I think there's a reason why. So don't worry about that for right now. Many times we didn't have the Ruby bonus. It's not a big deal because what's going to come in conference is going to blow your business up. So I'm going to bring Tracy Cartwright up. She's a double diamond here in Omaha, and have her join me. We're going to start with just some very, very basic stuff, the stuff that we need to do at every meeting, and for you leaders, I'm sure you do the same thing. But really just talk about bringing it back to basics and what's important in the business. And I think the most important thing in this business, 3 words: steps to success. That's it. Everything else, I say this all the time, is fluff. It's not as important. But if you are working those steps every single month, you know, I had a light bulb moment even just the other day about the steps. Someone said to me, did you know that Madra Jones, all she ever did, she's a black diamond, all she ever did was the steps to success. She didn't overcomplicate it. She didn't enroll 20 people a month. She didn't do that. She took 3 people, and she took their hand, and she made sure they knew what they were doing, and she invested her time in quality over quantity. And that made her team stick. People saw success right away. People were fast started right away. That's why she was making the kind of money that she's making. So for some reason, it's like you hear someone say something differently, and I had to really sit and let that sink in, that is really all she did. And I mean, I don't know. Pretty sure she knows what she's doing. So
that paycheck would indicate that she does.
All right, so let's go over those steps.
Okay, steps to success. How many of you have them printed out already, since it's way past the first of the month? Should be every hand in here should have them printed out. If you don't have a printer, write them out. Doesn't have to be fancy.
Don't forget to give us lots of hearts, guys.
Officially in
Especially
your
when
hands,
you're hearing
taped
things
up
that
where
you
can
like.
see it on your person, in your purse, something. You've got to have them. You need to know. You've got to have that goal in front of you. So steps to success. The first one. It's not an official part of it, but to me it is. Have your 80 BV auto ship set up. Okay, 80 BV auto ship. You have got to have some products on hand if you're going to be a product of the products, and if you're going to be putting that wrap on people. So have your auto ship set up. I don't even teach it any other way. Even though there is another way to be commission qualified, I don't really talk about it that much. Because if you want to be taken seriously in this business, you need an 80 BV auto ship set up. Find me a top leader who doesn't have an 80 BV auto ship set up. They don't exist. Okay, so if you want to be a top leader, then act like one, and make sure you're getting that product in your hands and that wrap on people every month. So run that auto ship. Step 1, you are looking for 4 people to try a product for 3 months. Any product, can be anything that we offer, but 4 loyal customers is what you're looking for. The next step, 3 distributors. You are looking for 3 people who are looking to earn extra income. That's it. 3 people that want to make extra money, a side income, and have some goals, whatever they may be. That's who you're looking for. And then, this is a critical step in the steps to success. You've got to teach those steps. Okay, it's great when we're doing them, and that's fantastic. It's part of our job. But you've got to teach them to those 3 new people. If you don't teach those 3 new people to do that, then you might as well not have brought them on board. Okay, because you cannot do this business by yourself. It's a discussion that Sarah and I have had lately, and it's kind of a good time to bring it up. But, you know, there's a lot of different ways to grow this business. And unless you've been under a rock, you know that there are some people just skyrocketing to some of these higher ranks through social media and things like that. And it's a great way to grow your business. I think that we all need social media in our lives. It should be something. But I will tell you that really what you need to focus on is 3. Okay? If you start bringing on a ton of distributors in a month, I mean, there are people that have signed 30 and 50 in a month. I'm like, I'm scratching my head on that one. I don't know how you do that. I really don't.
That makes my head spin.
Oh, gosh. I mean,
That's great.
Not that I
do that. Go
yeah,
for it.
knock yourself out. But let's be realistic. Can you adequately train 50 people in a month? Okay? So if you're not just power signing a ton of people in a month, it's okay. Okay? It's all right. You are not failing if you're not power signing, I guess is the only word I know to use for that. All you really need to do is sign 3 people. I mean, my goodness, if you sign the right 3 people right out of the gate, you may never have to do it again. No, I'm not promising that. But 3 people, okay? And we're going to focus on quality 3, okay? Quality 3. I'm not talking about your grandma. They're so nice to sign up for us sometimes, okay? I need that box for us. I'm talking about 3 workers. So I challenge you here at the beginning of this year to go back to the drawing board. A lot of us are frustrated with so many people who just don't get the vision and they don't work. And what I'm telling you is that if you could find 3 people, go back to your hundreds list, go back to your contact list, and find 3 quality people, your life, your business is changed forever. 3 people who get it, but you go and show those 3 people. I need you to find 3 people, okay? If you were to show a diamond chart to people, it's so overwhelming. Most people are done before they start. If they see a diamond chart, they think, I can't do that. And you know what the truth is? Can you build a diamond by yourself? Yes and no. Can you assign 24 people? Yes, I've done it 2 times. Do you know how many people of those 48 people are still here? 0. Okay? Why? Because they never caught the vision. They weren't the right people. They were just a box. So can you build a diamond by yourself? No, you cannot. Network marketing is based on a lot of people doing a few things. A few people doing a lot of things. Network marketing is based on a lot of people doing a few things. A few people doing a lot of things, that's sales. That's a sales job, is what that is. But a lot of people doing a few things, that's the beauty of network marketing. And so if you can get in front of somebody, and you 3 people, you find your 3 people, and you get in front of them and say, you find 3 people, that's doable, okay? That you can obtain. That you can do. So that's what we're going to focus on. Not just any 3, quality 3. Okay, so can you guys do that with me? Can you go back to the drawing board this year? And even if you've already got a rank or whatever, go back to the drawing board and find 3 people. And I'm serious. You sit down, you get in front of these people, and you be dead serious with that. And that I want you to be one of my 3. And then you teach them to go get 3. And you teach their 3 to go get 3. And do you see how fast rubies and diamonds can happen from that? We're not talking about building diamonds this year. We're talking about building rubies. Because rubies make diamonds. And when you go find 3 people who are finding 3 people, you have built a ruby and then some. Does that make sense? Reset, guys. Don't be overwhelmed with trying to find 24 people to go diamond. You're trying to find 3. That's it. 3 quality people. So get that in your head. Quality 3. Okay? Quality 3.
And I want to just say, it's one thing to find those people. It's another thing to put them in the system, to announce them on your team page. But if the buck stops there, don't sign them. Don't even bother. If you're not going to go and launch them, whether it be online, an online party, or in person, don't sign them. Because they deserve that, and they need that. You know, I feel like I can look at so many people that have been successful that are sitting in this room, and it's because they take very seriously the responsibility of signing someone up and making sure that they're successful. Because we all know we're not going to be successful if our team isn't successful. So I always have it on my shoulders to give my potentials the big picture. If they're not seeing the big picture, I'm going to sit down with them and figure out what's missing and show them. Sometimes it takes a small goal, giving them a small goal. Maybe they just want to make a couple $100 a month. Give them that first and tell them how possible that is. It's so possible to make $500 a month, whatever it is. And then say, but guess what? I want to show you the big picture of this. Get them to something like this so that they can actually see the big picture. So, if anything, I think we're going to have a lot of help coming up because we were on a VIP call today, and Mark said that he's going to live stream conference.
I heard that.
So that's a big deal. It's going to be so much help for us, showing people what the big picture is. I mean, seriously, it's going to be amazing. We haven't had that before, and I'm excited about that. So if you didn't get a ticket, and I know that was a bummer for so many, I can't believe it sold out that fast, you have that, and that's going to be amazing. So utilize it. Get people in front of it. Anyone that's on the fence. Have like a Super Bowl party. It's going to be a super conference party at your house. You know, seriously, get people in the room. Let them watch what's going on, because I promise you, even from here, when we're all the way in Florida, they're going to feel that energy. They're going to be super excited. So it's hard for you to understand if you've never been to a conference, but I promise you, it'll blow your mind, and you'll feel so good about what you're doing, and you'll be so happy that this is the company that you chose to be with. So keep that in mind. Ready to build a ruby?
Yeah, let's build a ruby. We haven't done this in a while. We're going to build an actual ruby.
Yeah, we want to actually show you guys, those of you that are new, this is really your goal, is to, if you just started this business, and even if you didn't, you got to build rubies, and you got to build organic teams that work hard together, and you know what? You've got to build layered leadership. And that's why we're talking about, let's not sign 50 people. Let's sign 3 people, and maybe one of them be a great leader, so that they can then lead their team, because it's all about duplication. If we're not duplicating, we're not growing. So super, super important. We've got 5 people. I'll take you 5 here. Oh, one more down here. Can I take you and the leopards?
There's a ruby. There's our ruby.
Come on up. Yeah, just come on up.
Stand over, yeah, thanks, Sarah.
Okay.
Nicole, Who's going to be our Ruby? Okay, those are the additions, right? There's no red ones. Yeah, Sarah can be a Ruby. Sarah's a beautiful Ruby. Oh, jeez. Sarah wasn't Ruby very long, but we'll reminisce. All right, so. Back in the day. Yeah, 3 years ago. Okay, so we've got Sarah here. So I was the smartest person on the planet, and I asked Sarah to join my business. So, dang, I wish I was. All right, so Sarah comes up here, and Sarah joins my business. She sets up her what?
Auto
Her
ship.
auto ship, that's right. Sarah sets up her ADBB auto ship. Okay, and she's working on those loyal customers. We'll talk a little bit about that. But Sarah shares the vision. She is so excited she's about to pee her pants, okay? She's going to start sharing this with 3 people, okay? 3 people. So 3 people, come on up, and Sarah has lit a fire under your butts, and you are her first 3 distributors, okay? All right. So we've got Lisa here, and she's like, yeah, this is pretty cool. She's working on her customers. And we've got Miss No Name Tag here, Carrie here, and she's like, yeah, this is cool. Then we've got Brittany over here, like, what the hell just happened? this girl's crazy. Okay, she's kind of crazy.
Am I crazy, babe? Yeah, I'm
A little bit, yeah, a little bit. I don't know, crazy, a little bit. So, she catches the vision, okay, and she shares the vision. So she invites 2 more people to come into her business. Literally, she did. Yeah, these are her people. Yeah. So you guys want to stand behind her, okay? And everybody up here, keep her. Yes. So what has happened here? She's got her auto ship set up. She's working on those loyals, all right? And then she has brought 2 people into her business who also have their auto ship set up and are working on their loyals. So guess what? What's that going to make, Brittany? An executive. That's right. And so this is what a Ruby looks like when everybody has their 400 volumes. So if you've got 400, if you're commission qualified, raise your hand. That's everybody. And if you've got 400, raise your hand. This one, and this one, and this one, and this one. They all have 400 volume, 400 from loyals and auto ships and any personal orders. That's what makes up your volume, okay? And anything they've got under them too, if they start building their teams, that counts as well. This is a Ruby, all right? 3 rubies make a diamond. So we're overcomplicating this, all right? I'm not saying this is easy, but it's very, very doable in even less than a month if you want to, okay? Any questions on a Ruby, what a Ruby looks like? I know for some of you, this is, a new concept. And charting and stuff. Any questions at all?
I want to add something too. I don't have any questions. If you do, raise your hand. When I first started the business, my first thought, and believe me, I love my loyal customers, but my first thought was the money is in the fast start bonuses, right? So if I want to make $500 a month, I'm going to make sure and enroll. I mean, hopefully I would be the enroller of all these people. If I'm not, I'm not. But I'm going to enroll those people, and I'm going to make darn sure that they have their auto ship on, and that they have at least 2 loyal customers, preferably 4. Because that right there, if I enrolled every single one of these people, what is that? It's $500. Like, boom. And that doesn't even count my commission, and that doesn't count the $25 a piece that I made putting wraps on all of their bodies. I mean, this is a lot of money. It adds up super, super quick. And once you see that you can do that, this is huge. I mean, you do it one more time, you've made another 500. Your check has grown, and we're going to talk about that later. But for me, that's how I saw this business. I thought, how many people can I make a distributor and make that fast start bonus? $100 every single time. And really, my commission was gravy to me. I concentrated on that $100. And everyone that I talked to, they were a distributor first. And if they weren't going to be a distributor, I looked at them that way. But if they weren't, at the very least, they were going to be a loyal customer. Okay, so if you look at it that way, you start talking to people that way about the business first, and then at very minimum, make them your customer, you're going to win and win either way. So, that's it. Thank you. Real quick on that, we kind of glazed over it, but one of the things we wanted to cover in this section, because we've got a great section to go over here in a second, the social media part of this. We have an amazing guy, John Eric Mosler, who was brought on board right about exactly a year ago. And he has been brought on to teach us how to be thoughtful and how to effectively build through social media. But I want to tell you something. Like I said, we touched on this a second ago, but I want to really revisit it. If social media is not your thing, okay, if you really feel like overwhelmed with some of this, there's so many different platforms to do, between Twitter and Facebook and Instagram and all of that,
I want you to know that that is okay. This is still, at its root, a belly-to-belly business. And parties are a great way to grow your business. Now, if parties aren't your thing, then for sure, look at social media. There's all different kinds of ways to do it.
Expos,
Everything.
one-on-ones.
Right. Exactly. That's
Go
not
talk to
the
some
only way.
salons.
Splitsing, huge way to grow your business.
Yeah.
So just don't feel like, any of you feel overwhelmed with all the social media stuff sometimes? Be honest. I do. Man, some of the stuff I'm just like, wow, I can't master all of that. But I have grown my business a lot through social media. So usually, where it complements your business the most. If that's your thing, rock on, do it. But don't feel inadequate if it's not your thing. I know that some of my older distributors feel like it's not going to be their thing. And I think that's great because they're really going to grow it one-on-one and talking to people and, face-to-face kind of thing. So whatever your strength is, do it. It's okay to get out of your comfort zone. It's okay to stretch. But we don't want to make people miserable and feel inadequate by, I can't grow my business this way, I'm not signing 30 distributors. It's perfectly okay. We are all going to focus on the steps to success, quality 3, and building rubies. That's what we're going to do.
I don't know about you guys, but when John Eric came into the picture, he blew our minds with all of the social media tips and tricks and all that he had. And right around the same time, how many of you watch the Divas of Instagram Periscope? And they're all amazing at what they do, right? Right around the same time, these at least 3 girls were just killing it on Instagram. I mean, killing it. We're talking enrolling a lot of people in a day. Blow your mind, right? And I think that once everyone saw that happening, everyone's head turned away from every other way to build, and they just started posting on Facebook. And that was like, ooh, this is going to work for me. I'm going to post this really cute picture, and this is going to do it. And if it didn't, I'm seeing people get discouraged. And it's just because, honestly, you haven't gotten through that social media training enough to know all the things that go into it. There's a lot that goes into it, and they spend a lot of time on social media. Full-time job, more than a full-time job. So I just want you to know that if that's not your thing, it's okay. And those of you that want to work this business really just in person, you're going to find that you're going to take a breath and go, oh, this was easier. I find that it's harder to find, it's like shooting fish in a barrel, to find 4 people to sign in a day. It's hard doing that if you're just on Instagram fishing for people all the time. For me, that's for me. Some people are amazing at it. But for me, I can get into a room of 4 people and sign each one of them in an hour and a half instead of being on there all day. So if that's something that's been weighing on you, a lot of you have come to me and said that. You sent me messages saying, oh, thank you, because I just can't do that. It's totally okay. So I just want you to know, if you want to know social media, it's at your fingertips. It's a really great tool that doesn't have to be your only one. So,
any questions on rubies or social media at this point?
All right. Miss Hillary, come on up.
Hey guys, how are ya? I'm Hillary Seamer. I am a triple diamond here in Omaha. Actually, I live in Bennington. I kind of want to talk a little bit, since we're going into conference and our busy season. Some of you don't even know what that means, but this is our busiest time of year with this business. This is health and wellness season, right? Everybody's ready to detox and firm and tone and tighten that skin as they lose weight. So this is your time right now. If you have joined this business, whether you're new or you've been in it for a year, this is your time to focus and get your mind in a place that you're ready to accomplish some of your goals. Okay? We all set goals in this business, right? You sign up and you look at that income chart and you say, I want to be executive, I want to be ruby, I want to be emerald, I want to be diamond, whatever it is. You kind of pick a number, right? Have you all done that? Have you all looked and said, that's where I want to be? Yeah, raise your hand. You've done that. Okay, cool. So that sounds great. Those numbers look amazing, right? But how do you get there? Okay, we have our steps to success. Like Tracy and Sarah said, we're going to follow the steps to success to get there. Okay, that all sounds great too, because sometimes people think, well, slow and steady wins the race, right? So if I'm just, I signed up, I'm running my 80 BB auto ship, I got my 4 loyal customers, and then I'm just going to talk about it when I have time. Okay? That's great if you want to just hobby this. It's perfectly fine. But if you want to hit those goals of executive, Ruby, and up, you have to right now, today, commit to going all in your business. And what does that mean? I want to take you kind of through the day of a life of somebody who's working towards a promotion. Okay? And I've been in the business for 3 years. And I've had lots of ups and downs in my business. It hasn't been, I signed as a distributor and I went straight to triple diamond. There's been lots of ups and downs, okay? But one thing that has worked for me, and I will continue to do this until I'm an ambassador diamond for this company, I will do a 90-day push from January until the end of March. My plan when I joined, it was a 5-year plan. I want to be ambassador in 5 years. Okay? And I didn't even know what a 90-day push was, okay? When I started, I had no idea. Sarah and I didn't, and Purdy, my mother-in-law, we didn't have a clue what that meant. We didn't know who Eric Warray was. We didn't know anything. We just, for whatever reason, and I truly think it was meant to be, because we wouldn't be in this room if it weren't, we decided that we were just going to give this 3 months. We thought, you know what, let's just jump in, work really hard for 3 months, and see what happens. If it's meant to be, it'll be. And that's what we did, and guess what? Guess who went diamond in 3 months?
Sarah.
Right. That little ruby that you saw. And then guess who went diamond right after that? Purdy. And then I went a month later. Okay? And that to me was proof that if you go all in, seriously all in, and do you know what I mean by that? Do you know what that means? It means that you are making some sacrifices, okay? Most of you have full-time jobs. Most of you have children maybe, and a husband, and you go to church. And all of those things should always stay your number one, but then your number 2 is going to be this business, okay? And you're going to do it whenever the heck you can, okay? And you're going to wake up early if that's what it takes, and you're going to do it in your car, in the pickup line, and you're going to do it till 3 o'clock in the morning, and then you're going to wake up and you're going to do it at 6 o'clock again, and you're going to do that until you hit those ranks. And I'm telling you, you guys, it is so worth it. It is so worth it to just take that small amount of time. It's small, it's short, okay? These sacrifices are short term. You do it really, really hard, crazy for 90 days, and then you take care of everything that you just did. From April until about August, you're going to take care of the business that you just built. And you're going to make sure that all those people are trained, that they've been launched, that they have their 4 loyal customers, that they know that you believe in them and you're supporting them and you are their biggest cheerleader and you're taking them out to coffee and you are loving on them and you are launching their teammates. Okay, you do that from April until August. And then from August into December, you're planting seeds like crazy. You're blitzing. You're doing a little bit of everything. You're not on your phone for 12 hours a day. Make your post and walk away. Okay, I don't know about you guys, but I started this business so I can have freedom of time with my family and with my kids. So, no, I'm not going to be on my phone for 12 hours a day. I could go, if I wanted to be away from my kids and my family, I could go work a 9-to-5 job, right? So, from August until December, you're planting seeds like crazy. You're wearing your It Works gear, and you have your Blitz card on your purse, and you talk about it everywhere you go. Every chance you get, you're looking to plant that seed because you know you have an opportunity to change somebody's life. Okay? So you're in that place. Your mindset is, okay, I'm going all in. Okay? What does your daily activities look like in those 90 days? Okay, you're working off of your hundreds list. How many of you have a hundreds list? Okay, if you don't, make one. And if you don't think you know 100 people, write down the people you think you know. And then print off that memory jogger in your e-suite to kind of jog your memory a little bit. Okay? And you're going to go through that hundreds list and you're actually going to ask people. Okay? You can't make a post and just think and be out in public with your It Works shirt and think people are just going to flock to you. God, I wish that happened. But it does sometimes. Sometimes it does, but sorry, I keep cutting out. But you have to ask. And what are we so afraid of? Why are we afraid to ask somebody to try a wrap or a supplement or to have coffee and talk about an opportunity to add an extra income in somebody's life? What are we afraid of? You have to ask, okay? Your business will not grow if you are not asking. And so in that 90 days, you're asking every single cotton picking day. You're asking. Whether you're calling them. I was old school, you guys. I wasn't even on Facebook until I was diamond. I was very belly to belly. It's still the way I prefer to build my business. Okay? Social media is like a job to me. Some days I wish it didn't exist, I love the belly to belly. That's where I built my runners. That's the people who are on my team are the people that I have made a relationship with, because at the end of the day, that's all this business is. It's all about relationships. Okay, so in that 90 days, that's all you're focused on, is asking people to try a wrap. And it can be that simple. Hey, have you ever tried that crazy wrap thing? Through a message, through a phone call, anything. Ask for a party. And if you are new, do that, please. Book as many parties as you can in 90 days. I challenge you to do that. And if you're new, don't tell me nobody wants to have a party. Okay, that's like one excuse when my team says, well, nobody wants to have a party. I don't believe you. I don't think you've asked enough people. Okay? And when I say as many parties as you can, in that 90 days, try to book 8 a month. For just 90 days, you guys. Just do it. See what happens to your business. I promise you, something will happen. It will be powerful. If you've never done it, try it. Okay? I lost my train of thought. Okay, so we're in the 90 days. Okay, so past that, let's move on from the 90-day thing. So y'all know what your focus is going to be when you leave here today. Have a plan, okay? Have a plan to go all in with this business. How many of you are willing to try that? Sacrifice a little bit in your life so that you can change the rest of your life. Okay? It's a small, small sacrifice. Okay, the next thing I'm supposed to talk about, I'm probably eating on my time here, is self-development. A couple months ago, we had a lady come in and speak, and she said, if you ever want to learn anything about yourself, join a network marketing company. And that is so true. I don't think that any of us sitting here who've been in this business past a year could sit here and say that we're the same people, because I don't think that we are. I know I certainly am not. And I tell you, I think this is why. This is a kind of business that is all about helping people and all about paying it forward. Okay, you don't get that at a 9-to-5 job. You're working for the man, you're helping them make money. Okay, this is completely different, and we're not taught this, and so we don't know how to do it, most of us. And so we have to teach ourselves. It's like you go to college, to get a job, to be a doctor, to be a lawyer. You kind of have to put yourself through college in this business, through network marketing college, and you have to educate yourself, and you have to read books. There's so many wonderful books that you can pick up and read. Just get on the internet, you'll find 100 of them, but find one and read it. But if you haven't done that yet, if you haven't taken the time to look at this opportunity and think that God has put this in your life for a reason, And I believe part of that reason is for you to grow as a person, because I've never been able to give more, love more, share more than I have since I started this business. And anytime I go through anything, personally or whatever, I got a whole room of people, hundreds, thousands of people that would pray for me in a heartbeat. Where do you get that? Where do you get that? And you have the power to do that yourself. You can change a whole bunch of people's lives if you're willing to look at yourself and look at what you personally maybe need to do a little bit of work on the inside. I think sometimes if our business is stagnant, that's a sign God's telling you, hey, guess what? Maybe you kind of need to work on a couple of things, and then I will flood you with people. Okay, but you kind of have to be ready for it, because it's a lot. I just got goosebumps. It's a lot, and it can be overwhelming, but it's the most amazing thing in the world. So if you're at a place where you're stagnant, you're just like, oh, what is going on? Why can't I get past executive or Ruby? It's not about that, okay? It's not about the ranks. It's not about the money. It's about you. And I promise you that God is all over this company. I've seen it. I've been to conference twice now. I know. It's powerful stuff. Okay? So, good luck. I'm so excited. I can't wait to watch all of your businesses grow this year. Sarah, do you want to do the next? Okay. Do you want to introduce everybody? Okay.
Okay. So now it's kind of my favorite time. I want to have 5 people come up that are going to share their stories in this business and share their business tips. And they're kind of a wide range of ranks. And I'm going to have you all come up at the same time. And it's really just going to be a few minutes per person. So Nicole, Brittany, Jordan, Renee, and Stacy. If you all would come on. Stories are my favorite part. They're just the best. Love it.
Oh, sorry. Thank you.
Okay. First up is Miss Nicole Hine, triple diamond from Omaha.
Love your sweater.
You guys match your shout out party. I was looking for her earlier, and I kept going, but that's not her. I didn't know why I kept looking at you. And I know. Okay. Anyways, take it away.
Okay, hello everyone. I'm Nicole Heim. I'm a triple diamond. Been triple since March of this year, and just going to share a little about my story. I didn't get to triple overnight. It took me 2 years. So I started the business in April of 2013, so I'm coming up on my 3-year mark here. I had never done network marketing before. It was not on my radar at all. It was nothing I was desiring to do. I was working a 9 to 5. I have a master's degree in mental health counseling, so I was working kind of in the social work field and, content. My sister-in-law joined It Works and sent, I think, a mass text message to her whole phone contacts list about asking me about my results from this crazy rap thing. Yeah, and she hadn't yet told me, so I just get this text, and I'm like, what are you talking about? What's this crazy rap thing, She'll, try anything and everything, so I'm like, what is this? So I went to her launch party. She invited me to her launch party. The moment I walked in the door, it was, you should do this with me. And I'm like, what? Like, I wouldn't be good at that, Why would you think I should do this? I don't like talking to people. I don't like talking to groups. Why should I do this, But she was very persistent, and her enroller, who also knows me, is very persistent. And probably 3 hours later, I walked out of her house, a distributor. I had just gotten my tax return, so I had a little extra money. I had a wrap on me at that time, my first wrap ever. I hadn't taken it off yet, but I could feel it tingling, so I knew it was doing something. So it's like, what the heck, I have some extra money, I'll give this a go. So I didn't start with any big why. I don't have kids, so it's not like, oh, I want to stay with my kids or something. I had student loan payments, so of course I thought, well, it'd be kind of nice to, throw some money towards those every month. But I didn't have a huge why, and I think part of that is because I didn't believe in myself. So like, why set huge goals if I'm not going to reach them, But I did start, putting one foot in front of the other. I watched my training academy videos. I called my mom and told her what I was doing. She lives down in Florida. She went to check out the company. I think she was secretly interested. She said she was going to find out what I was getting involved with. But they were having a corporate big event soon. So she went to that, came home and was like, where do I sign up? I was there for 2 hours and I'm like in love. So she was my first distributor and we just kind of started working. So I started posting on Facebook. I started asking some friends for parties, asking my friends if I could wrap them. Seeing, with my own eyes what the wrap could do. And 4 months in, I was a Ruby. There was no Ruby bonus back then, so, that wasn't a factor. But, 4 months in, I was a Ruby, and I was thrilled. When I looked at that Ruby chart, I thought, 5 people, like, I could never do that, So it happened, and I was elated. And I kind of wavered between Ruby and Executive between July of 2013 and then January 2014. So for quite a while, I didn't promote again. My team was growing, but nothing crazy fast. And then I went to conference in January 2014 and really caught the vision, saw what corporate is like, and they announced a $10,000 diamond bonus. And it's like, well, I made it to Ruby, if maybe there's a chance I could do this on a bigger scale, earn that 10 grand, like, this is the time, This is the time to go for it. There was a March 31st deadline on that bonus. So I came home and I went for it and I ran and I asked lots of people to have parties. I was reaching out and asking people to do the business more than I ever have, and I did go diamond by March 31st and earned that $10,000 bonus. So the push was absolutely worth it. I proved myself wrong. I remember the first time I looked at a diamond chart, it was like, whoa, it's a lot of people. But like Sarah and Tracy were saying, you don't do it alone. You find a team to do it with you. So fast forward, I went double in June of 2014, but my team as a whole, wasn't quite there for me to maintain that. So I lost my double diamond rank the very month after I promoted. So that was a huge bummer, but I didn't let it stop me. I knew if I'd come that far, I could go farther. It was just a matter of time. So maintained just at the diamond the rest of the year. Went to conference again, 2015. They announced double good bonuses. My goal for all of 2015 was triple diamond. So if I could have been triple by like just a few weeks ago in 2015, I was, going to be elated. Then we went to conference and they announced the double goods with, again, a March 31st deadline. So it's like, well, my triple goal just got moved from December 31st all the way up to March 31st. Why not try? It happened last time I pushed for 90 days, like Hillary talked about, so why not try? And lo and behold, on March 28th, I went triple diamond and earned a $50,000 bonus with that promotion. And maintained triple easily all year long. So, that losing double and losing Ruby a bunch of times back the year before, it's like, you can't let that stop you. It doesn't mean like, oh, your time is up or whatever. You had a nice run and now you can just move on. Keep pushing forward. You will make it. So I think the thing I want to leave you guys with is just for all the people in the room who don't believe in themselves, you have to. I didn't believe in myself, and in May of this year I quit my job and now I hang out with my dog all day and work my business. And I travel, and I spent 6 weeks since May in Illinois where my family is. I hadn't spent Christmas there in 5 years because I didn't have the vacation days for it, So you just have to believe that you can do this. And if you don't, ask your upline. They believe in you or they wouldn't have enrolled you. So find someone who believes in you. And from now until March 31st, give it all you have and you'll really be amazed at what will happen.
So I'm really nervous. I'm Brittany Bellinger. I am a diamond with It Works, and my journey is a little bit different. I was first a loyal customer in May, and I went to my friend's launch party. She's right there, and she pursued me at least 3 times to do the business. And I always told her, no. I have always, I had done 4 other home-based businesses in the past, so I think it's a really good testimony that even if you yourself have failed at other ones or you have potentials that have failed, it doesn't mean they're going to fail at this. And quite frankly, our company is designed a lot differently and a lot better, and our products are a lot just better and priced awesome that you can be so successful in this business. So after probably the 3rd time of her asking me, I kept telling her no, but I'll just be quite frank with you. My husband and I, we love the Lord with all of our hearts, and we kept feeling like the Lord was telling us that we need to do this, or I did, and my husband was kind of like, you've done 4 of these before, and what are you thinking about here? I mean, he was like supportive, but he was kind of like, I had spent the last 8 months from last fall till this spring building a real estate career, working 2 jobs, full-time realtor, full-time property manager. Our goal was for me to quit my job and just be a realtor. I was able to do that as of June of this year, and so I told her, I said, I just got this awesome career going that I've worked so hard to do. I don't need to do it works. I mean, so for us, it wasn't that we needed extra money, but every time I told her no, the Lord kept telling me, you need to do this. I don't care, you need to do this. So finally, we joined at the end of May when it was BOGO wraps. I was like, great, I'll get some BOGO wraps out of this deal, and did nothing our first month. Just sat there, and I remember her and her upline texting me all the time, hey, are you going to come to a meeting? You going to do anything with this? And I was just like, yeah, I'll get to it when I get to it. We were moving, my mom was getting married. I was just like, I don't have time for this, I'm too busy. But actually, before I joined, I'll be honest, I wanted to know, point blank numbers. What do you make? Ask my upline, okay, so your friend that I know that does this, what's her rank and what does she make? And then we were moving into our new house, and I met my neighbor, who happens to be Sarah Seymour. And I'm like, oh, what do you do for a living? And she's like, network marketing. I'm like, oh, really? What's that? It works. I'm like, oh. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, for real, I was probably so rude. I was like, that's awesome. My friend's been trying to get me to do that, but I'm just too busy. So I seriously only joined because the Lord told me I needed to do it. So finally, end of June, we had a launch party, and it was awesome. In July, I went executive. We finally started taking the business seriously and thinking like, oh, we can actually make some money with this. At that point, we were into August, and I went Ruby. My husband decided to step out of his 9-to-5 job and join a private practice. He's also in mental health, so we had a lot in common with Nicole. And I was like, well, that's awesome. So now you're in private practice and we're self-employed, both of us. I'm just going to go ahead and keep working my It Works business for residual income. And he's like, you run to Diamond. And so our goal was Diamond by December. And we literally built our business, just word of mouth. We posted on social media, not a ton. And every time I had a new distributor sign up, whether they were directly under me personally enrolled or 8 lines deep in my team, I personally went and did a launch party for them. We didn't do any extra parties. I really, quite frankly, literally did not have time to do extra parties, but even just enrolling our new distributors, we were probably doing 12 parties a month. We went, I say we, but we're one. Emerald in September, and then November we went Diamond. So we beat our goal by 1 month, and it's just been the biggest blessing. And I tell everyone, the only way that you can fail at this business is by quitting. And if you're going to walk this business, it may take you 10 years to get to ambassador, but I guarantee you 10 years to ambassador versus 10 years at your current job is a lot better of a pay raise than what you're currently doing. And you can do this business and be ambassador in whatever time frame you want. And the only person that's stopping you is you. And the no's that you get should only fire you up to go find the people that want to do it. And I don't care if you have to sign 100 people to find 4 people that want to run with you. You'll find those people. And you just can't let people's no's deter you from working your business. Because their no's don't put food on the table for your family and don't pay your bills. So it's really important to get your mind right and find your why and run after it. And write your goals out and don't just have dreams but have goals and have a plan and break it down into baby steps. It's a lot easier to climb a step of stairs than to climb boulders. So my biggest tips, I would say, would be work your business every day, whether you're super busy like we are. We now have 3 businesses that we run, and I don't care how busy you are. If I kiss my husband goodnight and he has to go to bed at 10, I am on my phone talking to people, doing a post, whatever I got to do to make it happen. You're going to have days where you need to just take a breather and you need to give yourself grace, but you need to the days that you have hard days, you need to get back up and work your business and not let it fall. The other thing I would say is for us, we pray over our businesses and our team daily. During the day, before we go to sleep, we pray for who the Lord wants us to talk to about our business. I know this may bump some people, but honestly, it's a God thing. Like, He wants to give you the desires of your hearts more than you know, and you just have to seek Him, and He will grow this business to whatever you want it to be. Amen. So.
Hello, my name is Jordan. I am actually an executive with It Works. I started March 31st, 2015. I was a loyal customer for 2 months, had great rap results, and I actually saw Natalie, my enroller. She was posting about the $500 Ruby bonus, so I was just like, I was in nursing school, I was super busy, but I was like, I need that. I need that $500 because I wasn't working full time. I was super part-time at my job, and I could use anything that I could get my hands on to make a car payment or a utility bill or, anything like that. So I remember I talked to her one day before I went to work. I messaged her and I asked her about it. I was like, so what's new with It Works and what's this $500 Ruby bonus about, because I want it. And so she told me about it, and I was like, okay, so I'll message you when I get off work, and I wasn't going to get off work till like 10:30 that night. So, and like we all know, I probably wasn't going to message her when I got off work at 10:30 that night, but luckily I got off work and I had a message waiting for me from her, and she told me that she had sat down with a girl that we are both mutual friends with, and that the girl that she sat down with started the business, and she knew that I would be a rock star. My platform for this business was huge. Being in the nursing field, it was gonna just boom for me. So I remember I messaged her back and I was like, you know what, I think I just need to do it and stop thinking about it. So I enrolled that night, March 31st, and I stayed up till probably 2 a.m. navigating through my eSuite and watching videos and looking at the 411 page, and I remember I had to get up for clinicals the next morning at 6 a.m., so I was dead tired. And ever since then, I kind of just ran with it. But the thing is, my story is kind of different than everyone else's. I wasn't super worried about signing distributors. I was more so like, I want to help people with their health and wellness goals. I wanted to sign loyal customers because my goal at that time wasn't to make $10,000, let alone $1,000. I just wanted that extra $200, $300 to pay my car payment, because I was broke. So I told myself, fast forward a couple months, I told myself that I was graduating in October. The end of my program, my nursing program, was in September. So I told myself that once I got done with school, I was just going to dive headfirst into my business, and I was going to give everything that I had to my business. And so come October, they announced the incentive for conference, the plane ticket, and I was like, this is it. This is my chance to, show people that I'm serious about my business and to show myself that I can do this. So I worked my butt off, and I actually won the plane ticket to conference. And in November, I went executive, and I am currently charted for Ruby for the end of December. So,
Get it, girl!
and, I think this business has just taught me so much about myself. I was so nervous to come up here. I'm like, I need to have a drink before I come up here because I'm freaking out. So, and I've always just been terrified of crowds, so I think me being up here right now has just accomplished so much for myself and
Development.
yes, exactly. So yeah, that's kind of it.
Okay, I am Renee Yeager. I've been with It Works now almost 2 months. Jody messaged me the day before yesterday okay with getting up and talking a little bit. This is my first event, so I'm thinking 30, 40, maybe 50 people. I got home to change today and took a peek at the event, and when I saw like 160, I was like, I messaged my gal pals, and I was like, what am I going to do? So I too had a drink earlier. But like I said, almost 2 months, I'm edging on Ruby here. What started me with It Works, I would definitely say, I went to Jody's launch party, so a little over a year ago, for those who know Jody. Tried their app, it was fabulous, it was tingly, I liked it. It was fun to hang out with girls, signed up as a loyal customer, got my greens, About 6 months later, my good friends, Jamie and Erin, I work with regularly, they both had become distributors since then. They talked about it all the time, it was fun, they were having a good time, they were building that camaraderie between each other, and I listened, and I'm a big analyzer, so forgive me because I ramble a little bit. But I analyzed, and I listened what they were doing, they were enjoying themselves, what was coming of it, and I was like, I think I'm ready. So Jamie talked to me a little bit, I listened, I told her, I don't know, I edged. The big thing that was holding me back, and I know personally, I've heard it just in my short 2 months, I'm not a salesman. And I said the same thing, I'm not a salesman. I don't like to pressure people, I don't sell products, I'm not a salesman. And I sat and I thought to myself, and I went back to a personal story of mine. My hairstylist, good friend of mine, she's become a good friend of mine. The first time I went to her was on a whim. I heard she was good in town, and I loved her. She was great. I went to her consistently for 10 years following after that. But within a year, anybody that came up and talked to me about, oh, I like your hair, or, asked about it, my stylist, anything, I ended up carrying cards of hers with me. She joked and gave me guff all the time that I was responsible for 60% of her business. But that wasn't because I was selling her to people. People inquired, or if I even said anything, I was just sharing something. So when I sat down and really evaluated what I wanted to do, and these products I've been taking for a year and I was really loving, I wanted to share that. I wanted to share health and wellness. I wanted to share, financial stability, or even, being to stay home and watch your children grow, what you could be missing out by, busting balls to really get through the rest. So that's kind of what I've been driving it behind. I try to look at it as a passion. If you buy cute boots or a cute purse, you're going to tell somebody, oh yeah, I bought this from here, or I got this from here, and send them that way. So why not share something that can really benefit people in so many ways at the same time? So that's kind of how I try to drive what I do.
Awesome.
Well, hello, future rap stars. They saved the best for the last. I'm just kidding. My name is Stacy Lichtenberg, and I'm not going to tell you my rank yet because I got to tell you a story first, because that's what I do. I am a domestic violence advocate. I'm a criminal justice advocate. I've been in this work for 15 years. I work with people who have been physically abused, or whatever it is within their partners and their relationships. And I work within the court systems, and I'm part of a Dodge County drug court team, and I do threat assessments for the court system. I love my job. I'm the educator for 5 counties that we do for prevention specialists. I'm busy. I have a 4 dozen kids. I have a husband who is, I have a husband who is the chief of police, and he's got his own business, and he's the assistant fire. He's got this hero complex. I don't know what it is. Busy doesn't even describe. So on an average basis, yearly, I can almost do 600 presentations in a year. So busy, I get that. So my friend Julie Schuler, who I've known forever, messaged me and was like, hey, I got this opportunity. I'm like, buzz. Like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not about getting into anything that you're going to, make me do some stupid stuff for. And I ignored her a couple of times until my friend Janie Gustafson messaged me, and then I was like, I kind of felt bad. So I said, sure, I'll come to your launch party. I wasn't going to go, and I ditched her. And then I felt bad. I kind of felt like an ass. So whoever's recording this, please know there are swear words in here. And so then she's like, well, what if I reset this thing up and I have it in the town you live in? I was like, sure, go ahead. It'll take her forever. the next week. So then I called one of my best friends and I'm like, dude, I will buy your beer all afternoon if you come to this party with me, because I'm not going to this stuff alone. So she's like, sure, I like free beer, and I'll go. And we go, and we sit in the back room, and, see, they shut me off on purpose. And before, even when they were doing their part, you guys, the products themselves sold instantly to me. I was like, okay. But then the numbers started running through my head, and I was like, oh my God, like this is a no-brainer. This is literally a no-brainer. Like, a no-brainer. We all know 4 people who want to look better and feel better, and we all know people who need money. I mean, I'm not the only one. So, and we all know people who are busy and want more time. So I was like, all right, yep, good. Sign me up. We're good to go. We went and drank more beer in the front. And I went Ruby in 3 weeks. Now, before you get too excited about that, I'm a little psychotic. And I mean, like everybody else, you don't have a ton of time. I stayed up until, I don't even know when. I think I slept an hour a week. It was crazy. But I knew this was such a huge opportunity for people that we needed to do this. And 3 weeks in, I went Ruby, and I was like, awesome. And I stayed at Ruby until August of this year. Now, that doesn't seem like a long time, because I loved the beginning of tonight when you were talking about the relationships. I built solid-ass relationships, I want you to know. Because here's my thing. Every month I would hear this, and I really hope nobody's offended by this. But I would hear every month, you got to work your ass off the second you promote, the month after you promote. Please, if you have to delete me, it's fine. But I never once worried about my volume the entire time after I promoted. I maintained my volume without even worrying about it. Like, I would sometimes get on and click to see if my volume was okay. And my team is so awesome, and I built that relationship with them because they are so awesome. The thing that taught me a lot between now and when I did go Emerald, and by the way, after tonight, when I met Janie and Jill to come here, I'm boxed for Diamond now. And don't think about, my goal for 2016 is something besides that I'm not going to tell you in case it doesn't happen. Triple, that's my goal. Because I've got, here, it was the fact that those relationships were so solid that I did not have to worry about my volume, if that makes any sense at all. And I would get my team on, and they were all people that I loved. And I was like, this is going to be so great for you. Like, victims that I had worked with who have now been in healthy relationships who I thought, oh my gosh, this is key for them. They can make so much money, single parents, whatever the case is, who need this more than anybody. I would be there for them if it took them 10 years to build to Ruby or Exit. I don't care how long it takes, in all honesty. My compensation when I started this was I needed to compensate child support from a non-paying child support payer. I got my mouth clean. And I did that in the first month I did this. Because as Sarah said, I focused on my distributors, getting customers, and I made it up literally like almost the first month I did this. And I want them to have that same thing. So they get kind of irritated with me or whatever, and they're like, oh, you did this so quick. But who cares? Like, this is not a competition, you guys. This is so not a competition. But today, one of the girls they actually work with at our domestic violence program has been in the business with me for probably 6 months or so. And she's been having a heck of a time getting people. So this girl just signed as a distributor, okay, or as a loyal customer, her first loyal customer, who then called her yesterday and was like, I want to be a distributor. Signed as a distributor, got 2 loyal customers, like yesterday when she just signed. Called today, who got a distributor, who got 2 more loyal customers. Today, in 2 days. And that to me was like so worth the weight of helping her and encouraging her, and I don't care. Like, my thing was, I just wanted this network. The positivity, the excitement, the building people up. It's not a competition, you guys. It's not a rank. It's not who can get there the quickest. It's who can sustain it the longest and make the best relationships that are going to last, in my opinion. So, Thank you.
That was so good. That was so good. Oh my goodness. I'm glad that we're recording that because woo, I feel good after that. It just really blows my mind how awesome these teams are that are in this room. The people, you never know who you're sitting next to in this room. And I'll tell you something. Our first year at conference, right when I walked in there, I was a diamond, and I knew that there was great potential. But when you look around and you see every age, men, women, young, old, I mean, they had nothing against by any means, but it was amazing. They were the most amazing Amish people there. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. Whole outfit. I mean, seriously, you just never know. You just don't know. It's crazy. Yeah, it's just something to be excited about. It's just a great reminder.
It's like a quotable, Sarah. The most amazing Amish people.
They were.
Sarah.
They were the best. I know. But they were. I mean, they were nice, and you just, would you ever think? Would that be someone that you'd pick to blitz at Target? I mean, I'm just saying. Not me. I don't know if I would until I knew. I'm just being honest. Just being honest. And they were amazing. And they knew their stuff. And they were killing it. So you just never know. You just never know. But anyways, so we're going to take a break. Do you want to do the check thing, Hillary?
Yeah, let's do that now.
Okay. Okay, 5-minute break. We're going to come back, do rap raffle, take pictures, do all that good stuff. Okay, wait. You guys wait just a second. You all got these checks, right? Let Hillary explain it to you guys. Because we're going to come back and do this.
Okay, so when you came in, did everybody get a check? Okay. Okay. So I saw another team. Sorry. Like right up here. Drop beat. Okay. Anyway.
Just yell.
Okay, so you have this big check, right? Okay, so another team did this. I just thought this would be something really fun for you guys to put on your dream board. How many of you have a dream board? Okay. Everyone should have one, okay? And if you're not dreaming in this business,
you all need
start
a dream
today,
board.
okay?
Get her done.
So part of dreaming is writing a check that just blows your mind, okay? A check that could mean anything. This could be, is it working out? This could be something that you personally are working towards. This could be amount of money that maybe you don't need money. Maybe that's not why you joined this business, but maybe this is the amount that you write on here is what you're going to give to your nonprofit or whatever it is.
Hillary, I think you just need to stand still, baby girl.
Is that
I know that's the hard part for you.
really hard for
I
me?
know, right?
Okay, so anyway, whatever amount, whatever reason, I won't do that. Write it down, okay? This is just for you. You know, you can share it with your team. I would share it with your team. If you have a team here tonight, I would share it with them. And then I just thought this would be a fun, inspiring, motivational thing. And this business is an adventure, and it's about having fun and dreaming big because we don't get to do that in life. But It Works offers us that. So write an amount on here. Maybe it's your rank that you're working towards, whatever it is. Okay? And take it home and put it on your dream board. Okay? And do it right now. Right now while you're sitting here. Huh? Yeah, I would say your monthly paycheck. If it's not your paycheck, maybe it's an amount of money that you've been talking about that you're going to donate someday to somebody. And if you don't have a pen, ask your neighbor.
Okay, guys, people are just filling out their checks, and we're going to take a little break, and then we'll be back for part 2 in a little bit.